All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. All right, this is the brother Shaquat Ricard coming from the camp company of Prophets Camp that is located out here in Tampa, Florida. All right, coming back at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. All right, and first and foremost, before I start this lesson, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushua Ba'ashem, Rachakadash. All right, Yahweh and Yahushua being the true names of the Heavenly Father and the only begotten Son. All right, written in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, who this world ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. And I also want to give double honors unto our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone, who taught us His truth, ruleth well. All right, today it's gonna be quick. As you see with this new update, with the digital, with a digital ID tying in with Apple on these damn iPhones. And I first came across it, I seen it on, I was on IG, on Say Cheese TV. I believe it was one of them sites I follow. But I typed in Apple digital ID, right, in ChatGPT. And I'm not gonna read all this. I'm just gonna try to grab the important, parts. But it says what it is. Apple's digital ID is a feature in the Apple Wallet app that allows U.S. users to store a digital version of their U.S. passport on their iPhone. Okay? And this is all just one step closer to the you-know-what. Okay? The MOTB spoken of in Revelation, the 13th chapter, which is the RFID micro C-hip. With these wicked elites, that new world order they pushing out, where they want everybody tagged and bagged. They want everybody implemented with a tech device, man. That's C-hip, man. All right. But it says something about how to set it up. It says requirements and limitations. iPhone 11 or later with iOS 26.1 or later. It says a valid, unexpired U.S. passport for the digital ID setup. It is not yet fully universal. It ain't fully developed because, bro, everything's going digital, man. Okay? Everything's going digital. This whole system's about to crash. And you had this whole shutdown situation, which I believe there's something behind that. Because they did say, there was reports saying this is one of the longest government shutdowns in history. And brothers, we was praying they ain't open it back up. But when they opened back up, suddenly my spirit was like something behind this. Okay, it's just got to be something behind this, man. And Trump's talking about stimmies and all this extra stuff, right? It's something behind this, man. Okay, and we gonna see, man. But all this is going digital because America is in debt by I don't know the top of my head, like $1 trillion, something like that. What's going on? Have a good one. Hey. All right, but I got about $1 trillion or something like that. Okay, this system is through, and the U.S. dollar is losing its value, and not to mention these other countries going digital. Look what's going on in out there in London, man. All right, but it says the passport data. Hold on. I'm not reading all this. Ain't talking about what this means for you. So I'm guessing, as it says, since you're in, I don't stay there. I don't know what the fuck they talk about. It says it means you could potentially use your iPhone or Apple Watch to present your ID at participating airports for domestic travel instead of showing your physical passport for a while or while carrying it. Basically, all your information is going to be on this thing. It's just one step closer to that C-hip. They're going to have all your information on that, man. All right? Your license, your social security, your birth certificate, your tax records, all that shit, man. All right. But hey, let's get some scriptures though. What's up? Huh? Yeah. Bear with me. On this walk and talk. Bear with me, brethren. Akim, Arquath. Walking right now. Try to get out of Dodge. All right, but let's get some scriptures though, man. All right, so we gotta push this out. I ain't gonna make this lesson too long. This is Revelation 13. I'm gonna start at 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. And who is that he? Esau, Edom. He self-proclaimed white man, woman, and child. But most importantly, well, let me rephrase that. Who's that he? Esau, Edom. This self-proclaimed white man that's in rulership. But most importantly, top wicked elites. All right? Top elite banking families, man. And what is that image of the beast? That NWO, that New World Order. All right, well, they want everybody with a C-hip. About 2 years ago, I always remember it. The WEF, they made a statement. Very soon, to purchase things such as food and water, you're gonna need an implement. All right, talking about this MOTB, man. And it's prophecy. And it's bound to happen. It's written. All right. But it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. All right. And they're going to have it to where they ain't going to be showing no mercy. You don't want to take this thing, you out of there. Okay. And you got certain brethren, it's written as well. You got certain brethren, certain members of the elect, they're going to be martyrs. Okay? You're going to be beheaded, for not taking this thing, man. All right? But it says, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma in their right hand or in their foreheads, and which could be anywhere. Look what's going on with Neuralink. I want to type this in real quick. Bear with me. And of course, they want to play stupid at the right. I want to know how many patients so far. All right. Fuck it, man. Hey, I can stupid. All right, but Revelation 13 and 14, 7 and 17, Salaki. Revelation 13 and 17. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had the charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. And without this thing, you ain't going to be able to eat. Really, without this thing, you ain't going to be able to participate in this devil's society, man. Okay? But best believe us believers, we going to be eating for sure. All right, and that's when this comes to play, because we know you take this thing, you're going to get Revelation 16 and 2, talks about them grievous, cancerous sores. And then you read Revelation, the 14th chapter, the 9th verse, the 10th verse, and the 11th verse, because we know World War III, which is biblical prophecy, which is taking place in the very beginning stages of World War III, that's going to result in thermonuclear fire. All right? And America's going to get hit with 200 million nuclear missiles. Okay? Spoken of in the book of Revelation. Okay? And anybody, and the lake of fire is not no underground fantasy place where you're going to burn for eternity. And, a red monster with a pitchfork is going to torture you for eternity. Ain't nowhere in the scriptures. No, the lake of fire is going to be where you recline at. Lake of fire gonna be where your job at, man. The lake of fire is gonna be at your doorstep, man. Everything around us is gonna be burnt up, man. And if you're a heathen, you're gonna be in that lake of fire. Let me stop saying gonna. If you're a heathen, you will be in that lake of fire. And if you take this MOTB, you will be in that fire, man. All right, but this is what we gonna do. All right, cause fuck Esau, man. Fuck this system. Isaiah 10:20, and it shall come to pass in that day, what day? When all our hell breaks loose, when Esau Edom fully comes with that great wrath, as you see what's going on with ICE right now. All right, when this whole thing goes digital, people eating each other, deleting each other, taking each other out, offing each other. It says that the remnant of Israel, and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob, right, that remnant, Salakia. Okay, us believers, man, that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe when Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. All right, it says, shall no more again stay upon him that smote them. And when you go into and stand upon them, we're not gonna rely on these devils, because who's smoting us? Because we got enemies. If you're an Israelite, which consists of the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, we got enemies, bro. Okay, the so-called white man, the so-called Chinese man, so-called Arab man, the so-called African man. But Esau Edom, the self-proclaimed white man, is the main oppressor because he's in rulership. All right, he's giving us GMO foods, selling us water, you know, raising the rent high as hell, taking taxes off our check before we can touch the check. When they roll in this MOTB, we're gonna say, fuck you, bro. We're gonna have to fully rely 144% on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. And best believe somebody gonna be eating. Somebody gotta fulfill Isaiah 65, the 13th verse and the 14th verse. Somebody gotta fulfill Isaiah 4:1. Somebody gotta fulfill the book of Esdras, which talks about the abundance. Okay? It talks about the abundance. Okay? Where it says, you shall have abundance, the heathen shall envy thee, but won't be able to do nothing. Somebody got to fulfill that. Okay? But it says, but shall stay upon Yahweh, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. And that's what we're going to do. And yeah, we may go 3 days without eating. We all going to be tried. All right? We may go a couple days without eating. No food, no water. But like I said, through the Spirit, somebody got to fulfill these scriptures, bro. All right, but let me grab this and I'm gonna close it out, because ultimately, and I'm gonna grab this in a different translation, because this is what it all comes down to, man. The great time of testing. All right, Revelation 3, right? Revelation 3 and verse 10. Okay, it says, because you have obeyed my command to persevere. All right, when you go to that word persevere, one of the words is endure. And we know the scripture says, he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So nobody's saved. But that's what we're fighting for. You know, enduring the little trials and tribulations we go through. And it's all little to what's really coming. You know, enduring a time of great tribulation, enduring a time of persecution. Esau Edom coming with great wrath. Okay? Scriptures even going to how certain brothers are going to be locked up. And hey, even enduring seeing a nuclear missile drop in front of you, man, and being saved, you endured to the end. That's what we fighting for. And it's not of us. It's obviously, you should be in the spirit. I ain't taking that shit. You know, I ain't giving into that. But at the same time, we don't have free will. But you better believe on Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. The Lord ain't bring us this far for nothing. The Lord ain't bring us this far to be destroyed. Okay? But it says, I will protect you. So you hear that? Not yourself. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah said he gonna protect you. And really, it's already predestined who's gonna pass that test, man. Okay? But it says, I will protect you from the great time of testing that will come upon the whole world to test those who belong to this world. Okay? And as time is coming, man. And best believe that time is coming, man. Where everybody gonna be tried. Okay? Even myself, you brothers, you sisters that's watching, we all gonna be tried. But the Lord gonna be with us throughout these times. But this is just one step closer, man. Everything's here going digital. You see what's going on with Neuralink. You see what's going on in the UK and these other countries. You see what's going on with Apple. It's all one step closer, man, to the you know what. You know, so with that, Lord's will, I pray this lesson was edifying. Lord's will, exhorting, all right, to you sincere Akim and you very few Akwath that's tuned in, that wholeheartedly, sincerely believe on this word and fear Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua. And once again, closing out, before I close out, I want to give all honor and glory that's due to Yahweh Ba'ashim, Yahushua Ba'ashim, Rachakadash. All right, and once again, I want to give double honors unto our apostles and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us his truth and rule as well. And with that, I'm going to say, Shalom, Yahweh Rat Dazah, meaning Lord's will. On to the next. Shalom.